this is Andrew. Welcome back to my shop, and finally getting back in the saddle today. I've been out for a week with kind of an upper respiratory thing going on, just coughing and hacking and wheezing. It was pretty terrible. Finally almost well again. At least I had my voice back so I can talk again. So anyway, back in the closet, and today's goal is to get the oak floor done. I hope I can do it. We'll see if I can crank it out. I see my battery's about to die, so I'll take a break as well. So I'm going to reset the camera and get a new battery. I'll be right back. Okay, all set up, and I've taken the liberty of doing a few steps in advance. I need to cut off the ends of these old planks, which were never cut off very well. They drilled some and hacked some and chopped some, and I just need to make them straight because I have so many of these slightly narrower oak planks that if I could just get this uniform, I could cut them all and set them in, and then it would be fine. It doesn't have to be staggered like a normal floor because it's just a closet. So that's the plan. I've got my skill saw set for about a 3/8 inch cutting depth. You can see right there. Is it on the camera? Yes, it is. And well, I can't use that either, but here, tape measure just to double check. Yeah, it's set for about a little over ½ inch. Guard these things. Yeah, also ½ inch. This one's set for just a little over ½ inch. So it'll come to the subfloor a little bit, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna start back here. I put this OSB and I measured it in place, and I used my carpenter square, and I made this square to the existing planks, figuring those are pretty good shape. And I measured 1.5 inches back, which is the cutting width here from my cut line. And then I can use this OSB as a cutting guide. So I'll start here, plunge, and go to my left, and cut all these off. And I've got some chisels I can use to kind of dress up what's left, and then make my measurements, and then go off and cut off a bunch of these and get them ready to go in. And that's the general plan. I need to plug in. I don't have any juice, so let me go plug in, and then we'll do a cut. Alright, we're back, and we're ready to go. We got power. And just thinking more about this cutting depth. I'm not completely certain I want to cut deep, so I'm going to adjust it just a little bit. Yeah, because that's 5/8. I don't want to cut the subfloor any more than I have to. These skill saws, if you don't know, there's a little nut you can pull back on like that, and then this part adjusts relative to the body. And you can use that to set the cut depth. Alright, a little bit more. Just 1.5 inch. Just so much more. That's the bottom, I think. Okay, ½ inch. There we go. ½ inch is it. And just tighten this nut back up. There we go. Alright, we're all set. Plug it back in. Yes, I did unplug, in case you're wondering. I did unplug. I have finger injuries from my young days to remind me I need to unplug when I do things like this. This is some old, tired oak floor, but I'm going to attempt to bring it back to life. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm going to plunge right around here. My fingers are safe. I'm out of harm's way. I'm rocking on the front edge of the skill saw frame, so I can just fire it up and slowly lay it down. Am I on my line? I'm just past my line by a little bit. but it's consistent. So, okay, here we go. Wow, that was loud. Whew. I didn't think about how loud it would be in such a small space, but man, that was loud. I'm thinking maybe I should drop the bag down a little bit more. Here's the old oak, and you can see where they just chipped it away. They didn't really cut it off very nice. There's the parts of. They got a little blade burn there too. But and this chisel's pretty sharp. I just sharpened it before I came out here. And it's not really cutting through this oak. This oak was pretty tough. That one went. There we go. Sorry about that. I broke the tripod leg. Okay, maybe this will go. There, okay, good. That's a good way to go. Use the saw to cut off the bulk, and the chisel to cut out the rest. I got more here. I think I need to bring back the skill saw for just because I need to bring it back to this line here, another inch, because that would be just impossible to chisel through. It's a lot of mass in there. All right, let me set that up real quick. Get ready for some noise. I have a pair of earplugs in my pouch. There's one. I'll put in my earplugs. Sorry for you, those of you listening at home. If you've got earplugs, go ahead and put them in. I got my little foam, high density foam earplugs, because that was deafening. That was so loud. Okay. And just waiting for the foam in my ears to expand to occlude the ear canal, and then I can do this with a cut here. That was there. So if that was there, that was the end of that cut, I need to go 1 more inch back. So right around here. I'll try that. And that took me right back to the line, so that was a good cut. Okay, finally back from the miter saw, and I cut off just 8 pieces at the 23-inch mark, which just gets it in there. And I just kind of guessed at how many I needed, and I'm just doing a quick test fit just to see how this much will work. And look at that. If I overlap it right there on the tongue, it just barely fits underneath the groove over here. So I plan on putting a little bit of oak putty in the gaps and things anyway. So this is a pretty close catch, and I think I'm just going to roll with this, and I don't need to cut any more. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so me break all these apart now, and the existing piece here has got finish nails sticking out, so I need to get in there and tap those down so the new plank will go in okay. I think they were just kind of haphazard with what they did. And then I've got a bunch of 3-penny finish nails here I'll use to put these in, just to kind of hold it all down. Alright, I've got gaps, so I'm just going to top off all these chips in the gaps, because I don't need to keep those anywhere. I don't want those messing up the planks I'm going to put in. I want everything to sit flat. Hopefully that's everything out here. Okay, get myself in position. I've got one of my trusty little finish nail, little chisel, little tiny tip on it, just the size of the finish nail head. Finish nail is a nail that just has a really small head on it, and then once you get it close, you use this to drive it the rest of the way into the wood. Just be careful I don't drop my tool down with the cracks there. A little bit of tight quarters. Boy, they put some massive nails in here. There's one on top even. Do I want that? Oh good, I cut it out. There's a little tiny, like a carpet tack. Cut that out, don't want that in there. Just on the surface. Okay, try the rest of these in. Don't want them in the way when I put in the first plank. This one is darker in color than these only because it was on top. It just got dirt and dust from the last year and a half of exposure. I'll use this OSB as my beater. Try and get it in there. I want to try to get close to this end as I can. There's still some stuff here. This is coming loose. I don't see a chisel in the end. My hammerhead is coming loose. Look at that. I didn't notice that until just now. I don't see, usually there's a little wedge that's driven into the end of the handle stock, and I don't see one. That's a much sharper chisel, that's great. Okay, I think I'm ready to start. Yeah, that's a nice, kind of a tighter gap right there. Get this first one in. Keeps on popping out. Is there something in the way? Oh, they don't line up? Oh, I see. There's a broken tongue. Okay, that's fine. There's a nail. Shouldn't be that hard. I'm gonna get up on my knees so I can put some more pressure on it. There we go. That's what it was. So there was a busted tongue that was blocking me. Not bad. And put a nail here, nail there. Go to a heavier hammer. I think this oak is really hard. Need a little more impact, I think. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Either that or these 3 pennies are too light. Let's bigger hammer, bigger nail. Get it back again, and I had to slightly adjust the game plan because even this 6 penny nail bent as soon as I tried to tap it through this oak. This is some modern oak, just a year or two old, and for whatever reason, it's hard as iron. So what I did is I got a drill bit from my huge collection of drill bits that is just around the right diameter as the nail, because I don't need to grip the wood as much as I need to grip the floor underneath. And then, of course, the finish nails have a small head, so they'll hold the thing down. So I'll put, I think, 3 holes in each plank, and that should hold it down nicely. There we go. And that went really well. Even that's going into this old yellow pine subfloor, which is very hard. But that is sufficient. That is sufficient. All of these planks in. Sorry, there was a package at the door. Make sure we got the package. Feels like our nails went down well. So ready for number 2 here. So by the way, this is the first time I have ever laid tongue and groove of any sort. Certainly the first time I've ever laid oak. So it's kind of exciting. Together real well. Now let's do it at a 45-degree angle. Wait. Down a little bit. Everything's skittering around on me a little bit. Take my hold on board here and I'll put a screw in just to make sure it stays. Get it bigger too. I can't get it. It's getting in. So close. So close. Toward my head. Last one down here. There we go. I'm seeing there's a bunch of junk in the gaps over here. Now that I'm finally down looking at the floor. Because the gap here is different than the gap there. I think we'll make an effort to try and clear all that out so I can push these planks over a little bit and get a more uniform gap that'll allow me to do one last piece to fill in the hole. But other than that, I am, as my dad used to say, I am tickled pink. I'm tickled? I did have a joke, a little thumbtack on the floor. I am very happy with how this came out. This looks really quite fantastic. A lot more woodwork to do. Putty fill, sanding, and all of that to get it into a uniform surface. And then I'll put 3 or 4 coats of polyurethane so it matches what's out here on the main walkway. Let me reset the camera and then we'll do a final after that. Okay, this is a wrap for today, and I'm very pleased with how the oak went in. It was a good fun challenge, something I've never done before, once again. And I'll step on it. Yeah, it was a good test. 274 pounds. And feels great. So tomorrow we'll come back and we're going to sand the whole floor. Well, actually, that's not true. I have to cut one wedge to fit in that open gap. And I'm thinking seriously about cutting off one more plank because it's got a pretty big crack in it. I think I might just hit it with the skill saw and cut one more plank off and fill it with 2 more of my skinny planks. But I'm going to sleep on it. It's just going to add a little more effort to the project. And then I'll be able to sand though, I think tomorrow, and put on the first coat of polyurethane, so that'll be nice. And give us a nicer finish on the floor here. And that'll be Thursday, and then Friday the second coat, and then maybe Saturday morning we'll do a 3rd coat. Dries pretty quick, and that'll give us time to go out and buy the trim for the baseboard and the door, which will be here, as well as get some of the shelving figured out so we can actually hang hopefully some shelving and some trim on Saturday. So big plans, and it's a good effort, and we're both very pleased with how this closet is coming along. And that'll be it. So please do like and share this video, and of course, most importantly, please do subscribe to our channel. And we'll be back tomorrow with another segment. Thank you, and have a great day.